Motherland, this word has many meanings. This is Great Russia with its rich history. This is the place where we were born and raised. There are historical events over which time has no power. Among these events, the most special place takes the Great Patriotic War. And now, even those distant days continue to excite the hearts and minds of millions of people. This war touched our city Kamensk-Uralsky too. During the war, evacuation hospital number 3118 was located in the building of the secondary school number 3. The secondary school number 3 was founded in 1934. The modern school building opened its doors to students in 1940. Only 1 year children studied at school. On the 21st of June 1941, the school prom took place, and on the 22nd of June, the whole country knew about the beginning of the Great Patriotic War. Yesterday's graduates went to the front to defend their homeland. In July 1941, the evacuation hospital number 3118 opened. It was located in the school because the school was near the railway station Sinarskaya I. Long 3 years the school was a part of the war, where people in white coats were fighting for the lives and health of thousands soldiers and officers of the Red Army. The rescue of the wounded in our army equated with feats of arms, the manifestation of valor. The first train with wounded arrived in August 1941. The news about the arrival of the train spread around the city. All citizens came to meet the train. That day, waiting for the train, citizens formed the living corridor from the station to the school. Everyone wanted to know if there was a husband or a brother among the wounded people. Every citizen felt the grief and pain. That day, the city first met the war face to face. The first group of wounded arrived from Leningrad front from the city Staraya Russa. There were about 400 officers and men with injuries of the upper and lower limbs, with extensive fractures in the large cast. Only serious wounded soldiers were sent in the heartland, and there were very little soldiers who could move by themselves. Most of the wounded were immobile. Nurses carried them on stretchers to school. The train arrived at 7 p.m. and was unloaded till the night. But it was not the end. It was necessary to prepare clothes, to register and wash the wounded soldiers. Especially it was hard to look at wounded and sick people who arrived from Leningrad. They were very weak and exhausted. Doctors and nurses did their best to recover them and send them home after the blockade of Leningrad. Doctors work hard, and sometimes they didn't come out of the hospital for several days. They did their best to save soldiers, to take them back to the joy of life. Almost of the medical staff was donors. In July 1944, the hospital was closed. The school opened its doors for students again. In November 1974, it was decided to open a museum of history of the hospital at school. Students began to search for the hospital staff, record their memories, collect items and photographs from the hospital. In February 1996, the exhibition Puppet Kingdom of Granny Nina was founded. It is a wonderful exhibition. The author of the exhibition is Tokareva Nina. The theme of what takes a special place in this exhibition: puppets are the real. Her work, Soldier's Widow, is the best. Here is her mother, sister, brother, and Nina herself. The brightest compositions are the train of the wounded on the station Sinarskaya I, and there is an operation. More than 40 years the School Museum of the History of the Hospital has worked. Every day children come to the museum and learn the history of the hospital, the history of Great Patriotic War, and the history of Russia. Students still collect the material in the archives of the city and the region, restore lists of dead soldiers, do the excursion work, and their promotion peace in the world.